Yeah, National Cathedral, yeah, yet see National Cathedral after $58 million. Now, nipa bebree if as far as the National Cathedral. Now, Adiana, 3 days to the election. 3 days to the election. Yet to petrol. Yet to petrol. And yes, sir. And yes, sir. 3 days. Mimiti and America say, Omobua. Mr. How? Young, see about 3 days to the election. Yako to petrol. Hey, you say you win and I say you say. Now, driver for a boy for 3 days. And Omoko to Abano. 80 Aba yako 2 yi. Before Abana nipa 2 yi. Enyasa. Before Abana nipa 2 yi. 80 na yaka say yebe share okwe committee no. Okwe committee no so omwaye omwejuma ewie said the general secretary a boss no. Omako constituency bia ewo Ghana na omwa produce omo report. Dia me de no say okwe committee report no I bet say there is no religious factor in the 2024 election. Now, and then it is not a factor at all. And number 2, there is no tribal factor in the 20.
Udidia and your financial because you have to pay. No. I mean, you know the Ken's approach.
Yeah.
Or the Bema say flexible loans, Mamudia says a munumu, or so be decentralizing ministries. For instance, a ministry like trade and industry. Ebetime Abba Asante region, of course, coupled with other 2-3 ministries. Now Abba, then it gets the ministries leadership very closer to the people. What I say now, one more, it say be a dready any identity to any other ebetime the Abuama and I don't know why. Ken has been able to state this clearly. Obey decentralizing ministries, or say our real strong at the Kuyayo, and or maybe Puntum, or Kase, or better the northern part of the country into the food hub of Africa. What's the idea? Or say tourism, there is a link, the link between tourism and socio-economic transformation. Our real answer in Kita Hudi strong at that tourism and your mind be a Dutch and your mind be a FAPMO. Those are the things it's coming to exploit. Say you 2 bunch raw, there be any other name for being to Casa a start, other name for being intimate produce ethanol. Casapreco, one person alone to me import to about $2 billion of ethanol. Ako huya yanomi at the backroom ha. They invest in Ako now I'm afraid what you loan. To invest in even ethanol production alone, need to me export to $10 billion, $20 billion of ethanol. Sigara na deba. Enya hotoni new money BTV the baby. Obiaka we. Obiso at the end of the year a slogan of rich ideas, rich ideas. 2 months to election, there has not been a single idea. Yet asanteme uniewa and penifose kwatre of mount to my day. Yeah, and Nasebio, the record of the 2 personalities, the 2 leading candidates is also there. Let's go into their track record. A DNA in their private life, one more team achieve. Rich ideas. They've been in the helm of affairs for the past 16 years, and these are 8 years as an opposition leader, and also 8 years as a vice presidential candidate. Wow, Polugu down. What was the outcome of it? Now, quite party assembly. The benefits say basa kwese base panic na aire ahabai etase ne banyansa fom. But beyond the rich ideas, so when your candidate or man for the credibility is the candidate or both marketable and visible. Eya no mo yom so asemesi na obentinde or marketable. No. Ubetima ko dwom tools go on the first place pa ma me no ton tools or first spot no. The tools ni e mo boy once na boss obi anya dey enter. The person is visible, but unacceptable. But in the case of Ken, over the track record and then the character trait, the Numa will be any also be human. Obitimakacho say, Ashanti still on be the biggest steel plant in Africa. Or no Bitimakacho say, at Junipaco store, at the Paco store, or I think there is also another one, the biggest one in West Africa, and also one of the coastal, Mekaidi na Alabama, and one Tim Starch, and the media groupings are a war or mine two pneumonia. Well, beyond that, no crano in Accra alone, or run a real estate company of about 277 houses. What they find say, one cleaner, one security. And the be a war nipa or gardener or what, and yet 3 multiplied by 277. How many jobs nipa acquired at Crete? Recently, in the rubber factory alone, a kita for say 360 people. A more 300 free nipa no so rich ideas in the club. How do you compare these two? So be say why you see, or this is the track record. Also, the Omeka track record be a now say oh dear Nyamema unim de bia oh the drain now oh drain. What is there to show? Sebio. You've been there for the past 8 years. Into your home, and the obey my within the past 8 years, and the rich ideas being what they buy. Now, no, I don't see DSO mobile money, and the mobile money no or the recruit to 800,000 workers. Busa Hon says, "My papa, ne baby, and I know fast baby, and I knew baby." Mobile money interoperability. That Ben I walk send his car, vendor not only to me send a Vodafone to MTN now. Those are the interoperability works on individual basis for us in terms of its practicality. No? Interoperability be no vendor why use interoperability now. But one person lays a claim say online into will recruit to 800,000 people. And that the same person now no Napco Feli or Nasi. Into what kind of rich ideas? I don't get it. In any event, so rich ideas are no matter how rich those ideas are, and so we need political power. The ideas become obsolete. And for so be any so. Men are not broke do sabro tiasia. If you have a impasse no, say be our year day free in impasse no. Obesh hono. Na buhun say, e be a bunch wa ha. E be na prod and panas be a cotton won. Ube isi ka na hu fin tun. Be kwa ye unim di aye because ye enya access enti enya de kwa the MP. So a political power no matter how rich ideas will be, so where you will be obeti to me our ideas na be ebeka them. We are presenting a candidate and your ideas and kwan or sell it. We are tired of the ideas. One and you're tired of the ideas. Krumha Galamsey, you can say kwan be never for Galamsey. Take your phone, go to Google, go to AI. The business say kwan be never for fight Galamsey. He will give you 1,001 ideas. Our problems has been systemic. A problem is a day. Unemployment. What is the data saying? The data national service it takes a minimum of 10 years for half of that batch to get permanent employment. Our problems are always there. Problems, issues with your transportation, your bad, a healthcare, a bad, enforcement issue, a bad. Until the ideas, the solutions near the solve, they are always there. Here nipa bia as one of the ono person chese nyamia management fufuro bia one no the best solve those problems no. What we need is not ideas. What we need is pragmatic solutions and implementation. And that implementation has to do with the will and the den and the discipline to do it. Omaya team lanku said edru a year of any say edru traffic light as ya so red ko yede otwam police ni gina ko yede ochia no Omaya team nipa take mu no bi emura to forma. Nobody talks about it. Speed limit 80 one edi soda do you need ideas to solve them? You don't need ideas. You need pragmatism. The ideas are already there. The laws are there. Normal what is left is enforcement. Pragmatism. That bold and courageous leadership. Leader or no na kwara ya di otimi hwe nsade a wo ye enye anase we ye dey obetima hwe e de pepepe ya to ba bia ye dey eda enye se bia obiti se bia efa se bia contest de bia bronya no mu di rough na hontimi nka. How do you then have that balls to say we be make tough decisions? So we don't need rich ideas.
Bronya na babon jaka se ba me has no authority whatsoever over him because ordinary and na oye na there. So why will you include an answer for the Abronya Nemana?
A free baby command responsibility. What I say, Nana Sante he and Namhui. So Nana him for Nibi or no monam, a could jabase, a bibia. Nasebi, they be also Mike so. No, do hini we atem, no, the president atem, no, the software atem, no, the gun and penny for tema. Sana Sante hine and also a pamos and pacone finishing, safe in your community in on day and antibio. That is the trademark of every great leader. A trademark of every great leader, you take up responsibility. Yeah, in Chamas, our Henry Momo say, oh, Santa Hindi, I mean, in the quay, yes, a quatia, kebab, the mayor on fast, or no, as a minute. What were you expected, Sabronia Babakaze? Hey, well, me and I abused the one so near the way another. Was that what we were expecting? No, clearly no. But the beauty of now, let me compare the two leaders. I've been a friend at Lestete. Well, before I Lestete crowd, but I could be very public. Mine be a friend who could join my answer. Okay, no one can hear program be or mine. Aye. Now, as I saw for fake pastors expose ya no more. And now, man, no could did Dr. Baumiatem. The following day, Ken Saken say, on the Dr. Baumia relationship, you're completely different. And on the relationship as also an employer-employee relationship, they're different. Or staying within the cycles. That is leadership. You are able to take tough decisions even against your own people. Now, and you stand the ultimate beneficiary of the oil. Now, I can say, what the abronya, or me as a message, is that leadership. Don't do that. As we are able to, and your friends say, be a seminary, no one can kiss any actually because I did away any day. Achia. What trainer has say and find the end toward the two a bed, a be frato. Now be Jenny Pauco, any Pauco say, and never who for the Diana atem, Baku for the Diku Fatem, Baku for the D, Kennedy Japon atem, Baku for the D, Duncan Williams atem, or started with Kennedy Japon. Who Susan Pa say, so into a started Kennedy Japon, so a penny be catchers or penny, the wooey, Menon and Tibia. Oh, yes, I can do Duncan Williams. As well, qua. And now no more Santa Mame, a tour for my near Crenech, or Cocha Santa. Obi a ohwe TV bi ehun se papa ne bon ani ye dey e kire no se oye ohen oye pani won kasa badwam but obe kire se menua bra from kakra ade kire no be so camera ekudi di so for pani ba kwa ye dey atem and you are telling me say leadership pani bi ani ho beti man atia ne so pani dey wo ye
that's executive that crowd friend no crowd he still doesn't or still okoso and oye dey oye the executive of the party na crowd no odoma ye
in that case you distance yourself ade kire ho the following week no one call sampa. Oh yes, so the delegates demonstrated how discerning they were. One more in tutu. Udi kene Japan atema one more in tutu no. One first person kwachiano. They don't have we are kwachiano. And how do you convince? You see, me chere jurisprudence was school. Gimpa hana me chere de. Na jurisprudence human philosophy. Obecho say nipa entity any nipa abode na nyame boy. We are rational people. We are able to reason. Inti me man nya say the hair cost no enipa ntimi place reason on it who say ade ekui e benefit we na nipa smesi na oka abrante we dey ebejai. We can pretend we are able to reason.
I wish you had time. Kebe koso pa but
Mr. Amo so tie
time ni na.
That's a chairman. I just say man.
Me that's it. I think say as time progresses before I'm better and definitely will pass it.
Yes.
We have more to talk about.
Yes.
That's it.
Pa Mr. Amo so as so ebreno almost tie say ma pone kakra ye e ma me.
Also me pay for the sometimes some common as na me pom chwansa. That's it. Right. My mama be for akwaba na afi yenshase omu nyina ba bedru enti mame ma makwaba Mr. Joseph Amwa senior member edema United Party Plus UP Plus ono ewa ha Dr. Keskin osebuku eso ewa ha oba communication any MPP Asante Mantem ha omu sini from kra doc good evening.
Good evening.
Na boko die
Nyamiadom.
Ede nyamiase.
Onso hoye.
Me hoye pa. Zamwa.
Yeah.
Me ye you know not just when you abru wetiro nti mama akwaba. Na boko die.
Nyamiadom boko.
Ede nyamiase pa. Na
ke obi ana mesra say ana wache me be 2 minutes bi.
Sao.
Na me dey clarify one or two things we are saying about discussions. Babi tima cha champagne.
Mama aye ora asha. Enso akwaba. Na ono so oba NDC Asante Mantem ha wo mu nsini from kura mpacho ndi eji so ndatu no
ana so uzo presidential
kokonsan yo de papa
Musa mwasha
kokonsan yo de
Ababa.
na
na boko de
nyameti ase mo de die mo afusane
ede nyame ase pa na me amenua Dr. Barnabas
Amafo kokonsan kwa
KOD
doc
KOD
na boko de
nyame adaroma
ho anu mani aji
KOD se menua ni
anyway mama sha sem free Dr. Keskin ho na mintie no so to me man 2 minutes no na
regarding a year and similar na menua kwasi ka no ebi on ma a campaign I'll grant it. Maybe on ma as a party person me gidi say the kasana nkoyi The first one, no can say, but say ora baomia say or the ideas now say interoperability are creating numa. Na ne babe na ebi. Obebu say numa ora Kennedy so create the constituency. Ne babe na ebi on constituency.
Okay.
It wasn't respectful.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah.
Ebi mo so any day. One say Kennedy Agyapong run home kuntokwada. Rollins when was run home kuntokwada. What the politics I say? Now what the times and seasons na say? Anytime I base charged via no, they able to protect the ballot.
Yeah.
Me say Obama be president no, yes so be any thing. Orakofo one say kofo jambonti yida.
Say one who so share for nipada.
Exactly. And now o share buy koto ya elusu ye na. Obi a ogina galamsey so e to MPP no. And okoto aba meje say na bato no be sesa. Obi a ogina boku conflict so e de to abeti MPP no okoto aba e be sesa. What you say? Ebio so ideas. I believe say ideas and part if your ideas are as an implementation. Ora Nkrumah you born about so pa Kwame Nkrumah they no the bad na ideas na the bad. And now we in famu say we na wuska. Yeah, taxes na would be into new ideas are being implemented. What you be manage your taxes now? But no mind akoso. They be so I see here national development plan. National development plan there.
Ideas.
Yeah, ideas. So a pragmatic solution, I say, oh, in here ideas, in here pragmatic solutions. I'm like, me as a policy person, it's just semantics. Just until the all can I say. It's the same thing na Nawoka in a different way.
Anyway.
So the Biadam of Banukuta, a great transformational plan.
Ideas.
And ideas. So what are we talking about?
Anyway.
It will be our politics, no, and part Uraken. And so Sefata as a party person. Uraba omia esefata. Brane champion sefata. Kwabna Agyapong sefata. Aduchum aso sefata. Oja say, ba yen hwe ye kasa no ebiye. Ye hwe kasa no biye. Because in some okay if you have to flip all these things backwards. Ora Kennedy no a board chairman wo Ghana Gas. Ideas, pragmatic solutions be any be no the ba ho transform Ghana Gas. So we should be careful. We should be careful.
You have the party at heart. Thank you very much.
We should be careful.
Anyway, me nzumi ina fe yen nkomo no eyi na yenka ensemo a ene wo se yedi ho nkomo. Budget no yenyen wie ye da so wurem na yedi nkomo no dodo na e de afa ho. Ene my concentration ebewo tax reforms ene revenue mobilization eho ena mede my drink na say yede yenkasa yendo do na ebesie na mame moboso kakra na yenhwe ensem a enei the finance minister ebaye wode ebetudwa efa eye tax reforms no ho na mebuboso asei enetie ebenya comprehensive package of value added tax reforms. Now, the attorney said there is a repeal of the COVID-19 health recovery levy and the coupling of Get Fund and NHIL levy. Now, Oko Ehona say VAT na nkasano said the worker no repeal we anache say you better so by 1.9%. First now 21.9%. And they so about 20% and increase in VAT registration threshold from 200,000 to 750,000 and also a idea and no EBPM the repeal of the VAT on mineral exploration and reconnaissance and also extension of zero rated VAT on local manufactured textiles until December 2028 nanka or more amnesty to 2025 in December NNA sign Eddie Ebiabeka say Nkokodi 2028 reform on income tax act to address inconsistencies, simplify the law and align with global standards. And also the omo ediabase nei income tax no omo ba betrim na afei akwa kokata amanfo a menim say informal sector no enyina eba be rem eno eho ensem ewo hanum say implementation of independent tax appeals board and no and summer or more at the etudra eka reforms of custom act to align with international standards, simplifying border procedures, reduce clearance time and compliance costs, and strengthen Ghana's competitiveness ɛno ɛyɛ border no ho ɛho ɛnsɛnsɛm sɛ amanfoɔ ɛtumi fa kwati kwan so okɔ port no kora na ɔmo kyɛn sɛ bi ɔha nneɛma na ɔmo bɛkra ba no ɛnyɛ ho duties and the taxes and the omutua and they omo at the machines and crony ba eba ebeboa na etimi addresses sa and yamanom afei reform of excise duty act to harmonize street broadened the tax base and promote public health, environmental sustainability and fiscal responsibility, including expanding coverage to carbon intensive goods, plastics and sugary beverages. We so a taxes ni ebi ebeka one more year anonie ya and si training nema wo mu no afei plastic products and crony banom ehon so ombehwe ho esem na omo edi edwuma no. Na the question that is on board this evening and it said enei so maybe one thing that helps the country to progress is our tax system. Now COVID-19 tax is being taken away averagely on and I say annually. The COVID-19 tax give us around 3.7 billion Ghana cedis and no echo. Now, share the percentage ye free so about 1.9% no to the ordinary Ghanaian. Will we feel the impact? Say yes, Sanyamano, Eddie a free honor now. Once again, I shall say free a year or Russia because not buying a war and I send a part in the war by mo. Inti my message say and from free no not mintino.
Kodi meda se na memfa enjia mabusuafo ne yanuma ehia wa ha anwumre ne omo hwe ne omo tie nyina so ehia omo ye da nyame asese wadom ye nkwane ahode na moja edi omo afrusane se sene odi kan no Ghana foto samfo mi ankasa menua ato force in doctor or the Ghana akonhoma boss sika ye friend no budget no aba betudwa mrebe se enan ekonum ni na yesi afine wo so na ya yedie enti en ho nkomo na America kra yedie em se da me ba programs wo the point no yedi bi ho nkomo and then so udi bi agu nsani ani se ye no so ni engo so no ni enhwe ba bi a yede befa enti ni gisem se yetoa enkomodie ni so KOD oman economy a ye ka no etise nipadua edurumi bia ye ko hospital a ye say ye ko hwe ye blood pressure e was through ana e wo form sugar level e was through ana e wo form ene ni o ma keka ho bebre se ne nipadua ne te sa na economy no etie enti akonhoma sika ye afimpim yenu ne aduonu nsia 2026 dia aban foto samfo dia aba no eno na se Ghana economy ni nipadua yede be ho bra ama ya hwese bibia betumi aye kama ede amayen enti ade ba konso a editu na ma wo ma bia ho eye eto ayeje ani dwumadi a yede eto ni die budget na eye tiawa eye sika ayeje ene kwan be fa so ebe su sika na ayaje ni nchire mu tiawa eno no eye income ni expenditure na except say yede bibi na etu sa na amount na policy ni so eto aso enti NDC aban His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ye nimpefe baby epese de Ghana eko because KOD ye wo susudua mako be se aduonu nsia 26 ya ye de hwe economy bia ahoden sene amese ye nka ye nipa ye ni BP ene ne ho keka ho no ba ko ehia wo mpa ye de hwe no primary balance ye kan primary balance no a ye hwe oman bia sika awunya ene dodo awudie na yayi wa bobisi a ensihu a wo so tua de friend interest payment in Afrium de beka no positive I say surplus negative na negative bra Dramani Mahama ne ndisi aban eba titire free December 2024 aban no eba ndisi aban no na eba beba no na primary surplus a MPP aban no edijaye no na negative 3.5%. na chere MPP aban na ba omiani akufo ado eda no sika ebeka aban ni nsa no odima ne broso ama ekosene fa negative 3.5%.
Yeah, surplus or mujaye
no negative negative yeah surplus yeah negative
3.5%
yes edi sika na edi ama ne broso di nya no wo de wa dwumadi adidi na akɔbro nsika enya ne so kɔ yi interest payment free mu sɛ na medi kan kyerɛkyerɛ mu no a nti yɛ 2025 budget no yɛ de ani kan kyerɛ sɛ yɛ bɛhwɛ sɛ yɛn primary balance no yɛbɛtumi anya 1.5% positive this time enye negative positive
benya mfaso
nti by November yɛ bɛ budget fufure no na yɛn primary balance no yɛnya 1.6% na just ba kun ba bɛ da akyire na akyire pepe sɛ ɔman sika de ɛba yɛ hɔ no ne sɛnea yɛdi no yɛde ani aka nche sɛ yɛ nima ne mmoro so ne mmom yɛbɛ kora ma aboa Ghana man
ubusa ayana MPP for no busa question say if that was the case mobile no so the scar munya de boa ban ho brands and mo read mo budget no then na hifa na mokofa asaska no e free
say e ba ye nya totua aban no sha ase Ghana fo nya totua
okay tiano no kakra na moboaboa no
na wonim say the friend open market operations say bia aban to treasury bills no kakra so aban nya ye
okay
because oni me be ya adwen say NDC aban we ba ye no bosumi du baako ni bosumi du mu ayewe aban no mo be sia mfiri amano ne da sika ede bo man hu bra nyina ye sika NDC aban ne joma ma ofafiri Ghana ha ya
ti de omo kase omo ja about 3 million wo aye some accounts mo sinking fund and some accounts nyina no ba mo hu bibia sa
o ma nya sika bia o sinking fund
all right
o ma nya sika bia o ba bia
okay
enchirichiri mu bi be ho achire
for the sake of my listeners into am person yet tisane man
is the reason I like these discussions enchirichiri mu bi ho ha me de beba menim say duru keskins so be pre ne ho aka
mpacho mu ya no say onye nuru no
no me say me de oni tumi na me de sanje tumi na ba so let me move on let me move on endi no me ka ma no ne me ka
domestically so one can was
na me ka be say amanone na no na me kan Caskins na me ka say aban na flow me ka say aban no de or flow to treasury bills ya besia aban ebo won go for say me ka obi anan no obi market operations ya besia
oh da bunya me ka me sim person e clear we be so
but I mentioned obi market operations me ka obi market operations and man ka besia ni ntra I'm speaking economics
e ba man no de ne o ka no twi ma ko ye nkobo be so amano e ba
o ka no brofo
na say me na manya maduane na midu na ba kire to ma bitwa dabi o ka ni say nye so keodi ye to na mo say o man sika sembe gina yie na bibia aye kama mi gina eto ti say de na o ka no taxes ni so won say ya ka say ne o ka ye no COVID-19 recovery levy na ababe ka na ababe hye VAT nim ye campaign 2024 ne ka say ba ye be yi saa to no afiri ho o kai a ye kan 2025 budget na ye nyi saa to no afiri ho no MPP for boy ye ji saa de ne ba ye nyi ne ye ka kyerem se e wo se ye tu anamo ye nhihye bi a ebeboa ya miehu anamo ayi ntu ansa ne ye yi eje anya beduru ene saa to no afiri ho firi a efiri ho no ne se ene se obi ko toka firi abrochiri ba no hwe bill no a ye de man no in terms of tax no a every January aircon say you pass appropriation bill na ya amend VAT act no a uhu COVID-19 recovery levy was bio wo hwe ni nyina mu o mo eye business no mo be say 3.7 billion Ghana cedis aguombotom o ye introduction o kan eno kan ho obi be ka say a loss of revenue to the state o mo ka say na eba atuo ma say o me mercantilist o mo hu ni say eto no gisa chinchine be di aban nsem ansa na aboa aban but aban so no se ko di Ghana ni botomu a eno se yade a ebeboa enti ene ye one reform a yade aba COVID-19 health recovery levy no ke we di yade a se na ye kan ye no ye yi eno ade afri ho ena obeka ya MPP aban ni ba ye no national health insurance levy ena there's another levy you can get fund first pa no na enka nimienu nyina bom a ne ka VAT no omo ba no omo de bibi ba ya omo frɛ no decoupling omo beti nimienu ntem omo beti nimienu ntem no de how ba businesses for ntem how e de ba ya ne say na emma businesses entumi nya de ye frɛ no input levy no and I say input tax no back on says obi ye business na okra nioma ebi a raw materials a odi ye na adwuma no eno no otua tax ewo so mba cho so ate ase ena wo wie nso na opeso oton nioma no nso a eno nso osan enkofo oton nioma no so no osan tua tax ema om se wanyi ni input levy na free mu a na wa suffer from the friend no double taxation enti decoupling no a MPP for the buy ya almost separately get fund from national health insurance levy no yes eno no ye free ho mba cho so ate ase yes an ka ni nyina bom se ne be ya businesses omo benya the friend no input tax no ye betumi asan tua omo no asan e de ahye omo businesses eno nso ye sika e ba na ba beboa omo a omo di dwa se ne be ya omo so ebenya kakra de aka sika omo ye friend se edi di dwa no main frame no e ho ma VAT no eno nso o kan ye hwe aso from 21.9% about 20%. Ebinum aka say enka ye 10% ya enka ye. But you see eto na ye de ba na ye nyoma mienu. Ye hwe sika ebenya de abo oman hu bra ene de ye beyusu. Into kaya as part of the commentary aminu atofo in all man. Wa kire ma kire Ghana for say 20% VAT rate no. Obehwe senior etu na monko even up to mid-year. Se ne performance no nya de a ehwe ni a obehwe so aba from senior be ya ebema nipa bebre ayde atimi atua bi because ebinim asaje se enga wo say 10% but e 10% a anhwe anasika na aban ehia no na wanya because KOD o kan budget no a aban di nani akanche se sika opese wodi bo oman hu bra nyina afia ewo yanim 2026 no eye 302 billion Ghana cedis the friend expenditure no ena the ordinary country say obenya no so be ba ho revenue no eno say 268 million Ghana cedis and one say between 302 billion Ghana cedis and 268 billion Ghana cedis there's a shortfall eno no bi e be ye besia aban be bo afri oman mu because minister of finance akase ye ntubiri kan kwa manone enkobo besia bio sisia because of that ordinary be hwese ne VAT no anamo a ebetu ene de be yansana bibibu wo ho a ordinary be kanche a ye friend say ordinary atimi akanche na watimi atu anamo for industry there's a very important good news sir omo ye ntoma companies ye ntoma ene honkeka ho no ebeboa omo
zero tax.
Yes. Brand name people for ho. Saade na na o kan e rollover. Because a rollover e nhihye ya MPP for na de ba say zero rating in respect of VAT. E wo ho ma omo ye ntoma o Ghana no. Enke be si 2025 you. 2025 na enke be si. But yen si okay da bi yen ne sa. Ya pagem de akọ 2028. Enti companies ye ntoma e wo Ghana ha no. The friend is zero rating or homa omo. Ke odi woni mfaso de e wo wie so. Mfaso de e wo so ne etiawa. Sika nkomo de betua VAT no, ombetimi de awura omo business no. Enti indirectly no a tax rebate and a buy de amom. Enke beso 2025. Aban we si no. Ade a enko 2028. Sene be ya emo omo businesses na omo nso enya sika emfa nhye omo adwumam. Eno so be boa ma enyuma hodo be say 2000 me ka sa companies na ye ntoma ene omo a efa omo adwuma no yetimi abo omo adwuma nyina ye dey ehun ban because the assumption is that a tax ne was ra anhwe ana yentimi amfa nipa dodo was adwuma nim ana omo wom dada mpo no ebi ane amom ye dey ekofie enti de empese meka ne say aban no etu anamon a tax no de to obebre yen na asan de sika gu industries ni adwumayefo botom so otu sa anamon na our revenue measures or they support taxes na opese oje because you see say opese oje tax no na oni anamontu a ode je a nya de obetumi age tax no enti kan budget bia so opese oye tax reform a oche tax reform no the revenue measures are there atato se na be ya ni nyina be bo ano na bibia aye kama o man panyi John Dramani mama ban say wo miemu ahwɛ sɛ obi a wo so tua to obi a no betua the broni friend compliance enti na minister of finance e ka kyerɛ sɛ bibi ti sɛ VAT ni rate no na ni di akire because edum bi a rate no so determine compliance edum bi a rate bi wo ha e wo soro pia nkofo nya dai entua ɛna e wo fon pi nso a sika wa sɛ e ba no so no ntimi nya dai emfa ma enti won sɛ edum bi a na akoye besepa ni koni ha hai ye kotase a sebe na ye tase no nyansem e ya de aban behwe aban be use technology no de ahwese titru cross border trade wo mu a etu anamo de nyoma Cote d'Ivoire Burkina ne ho keka ho wo mu to oje no ye betimi de nhihye fufura ye technology aba betimi aboa ma saa to no ya je ma sika bi a wo sa aban age no wotimi age na waji ni ye waka tax education any nyoma bebere a eka ho but ke odi ye hwe ade we ye e very very important one who say me ne ukasa sesi e wo ho sometime around June and Fitch almost okay bra na MPP aba ho ne ye to ye punumu wo aman dwa so say yentimi ma babosia bio yentimi ma obobesia bio ne na kire say ya bobesia ma besia amene ya ma yesikasam ne nankokom ayemre na moment is aban ne o mampanyi jondama ni mama ba ye no yesikasam nankokom ayadini bio a so mo de o mani kanche a yensikasi di no keka ho na ho de ne ekosoro enti Fitch for instance omo ayi free the friend risk default that is yesika no yesika bi a enya de agina ne na so yesika basa pa every how the bad the friend B- with the stable outlook say okay yesika sem na kweli o say
yenimu ye
yenimu ye ye was stable outlook
okay
but abanya ka say enya nu nti na okọ ewiase amansan adwa so akọ bisia bebre you see edua agwagwa na nsidi ye owu ye ntekuma won tena se anyim frama bisia bo na ma MPP fo anim gu ase
na o ye na wa rap up man
hey
bra
bisia bo na ma MPP fo anim gu ase enti dia aban we ye ne se ye sika ye de no ye nye sika ne basa ye ntem sika nkosi national cathedral ye mfa around $97 million nkotu amna menso to ayema na bibi ti say national service scandal scam more than 2 billion Ghana cedis go for nwie ani kakra ye benya ne ye hwe se ye di wura ba bia o se ye dey ye di wura na ye di ayadwuma beboa Ghana fo nyina se ne be ya ye economy ne be gina ho ye na ne nankokoma ye dey ayedi and clearly where ye tax reforms are e ma yen sika e na ye revenue measures a ye dey tato all right na ya hwe se ya ye disciplined ya hye ye ho so se baby a say disika ne fa no ho na mampanyi jondrama ni mama ni andisi aban disika ne fa se na be ya di ye yoni mpuntuo ni nkan ko bebre Ganafo na Ganafo enye didie wa amanyosemfo mu se ampa ye to abama mo a sika ya de mama no mutimi de eye de enti ubusa me a
sana beka no
ye wo mu nyina ani na me ogide ma pase propaganda ne ba me se nya kwan asa
ade nya mai oso wa shase ka
me se ogide se propaganda ne ba me se nya me asa ba
amra aye Mr. Amu Aho Ansan Maba Dr. Keske ho na menti zama
yo me da spa yiri se o man ye chichire to man chichire so de kwan bias no niema betin abo o man na sie nyina ehwe na eye na ye ka budget ho asemi niema kakra bo ho a be pese me de be ka ho so ma mkwan a budget na ho na ni nyina ye sika asem no but before e be call no sa number 0548029035 here United Party number over so you can reach us on that number.
If you want to join,
054 802
054
9035 to be a person over per pastor person only an antibia
Shibomuno.
Our fresh number no then we didn't come but a very important part because maybe a manager MPP near DC they see a bro we so muko na a buyer or what is your papa. So after budget you cry never be brea radio budget they say no they took inspiration from the great transformational plan. So what kind of great transformational plan who say
chief comma president
say or the year juma to me is good because o man di here nyina be di eti me de me manage ho say enye be ho a hu no mu a ni nyina esi pi esi ta se omutimi implementing ye said the great transformational plan kind no a bit me do man akonani nti enyem nwanwa se at this time no ubia ana manfo bo mabaso kakra which to me is not bad na ba ko ameka ho ase me yi makoma recently there's an incident be see Nimos accident be see no say Nimos no ma almost budget ye 150 million cedis na mesre president no ahwe say 150 million cedis no dey am Nimos no say one fa proper mechanisms engu ho a yeli betime tu galamsey na sia says can enye so ma fa so mo man we bia cause say dua yesi dua nya na say ebewo weni a you ase intwa so Alanchemati policy on this environmental ecosis in say you find the BRS, ban, restore and support. Say ya banne galamsey no na say ya nhwene restore niema access and san ya babaka ababe ni na say the ye konu ya say we fa hanu ya fa we fa hanu ya fa no enkusi hwe ye ka say ban total ban on
mining total ban including large scale and small scale baby
say yeah be ya dey total ban on those and you know what it's a basa akura wo GSS kura betima control galamsey because ya bana wo ko kan ya bana o won ko na so no obi ye na say obi de onya e be dey na wo do aka say on de o ye bienye say de ko sa na ye obi o ha ye so on de onye and baby on de otimi ya a de otimi nye nti say wo di say ska we nyina ko a em ya mo ko hwiro mo kan radu fo mo kransi but em ya say ya hwe ya e be boka egu kwa na ya nya hwe mfiri so with this is our approach here I take it. I don't think it makes I don't see the logic in it unless we all think say this is the time we need to have a total ban. We ban and we restore the Neiman access and then we support. It is as can do come out I share with unfortunately. The no yet back on meka. Afei budget no musuno over the big push we buy on the other things, infrastructure developments be and so and then there's this road here, express road, a very laudable idea. But why would the president put Yanyesi Kenyina, Kakra Ejijina, Akura sa project, sa road we see?
So obey invited private partner about the room.
Say what kind of maintain so what kind of there?
Oh, sir.
So I can't say there because
also a partner with private
policy. Page 14 on GTP. You see, you have design and apply innovative project financing model such as BOT and PPP to finance public infrastructure projects and thereby reduce government capital expenditure. So there's a canwa ya gieno. Ya timidi biya ye nkurasi akwa no aye no obi anya interest mu no. Ye ye se nkurasi akwa no ya na be makwa we kura ye popular. Ye na be ma ye no so be boa ma inflation kura ba because enu anu bo be fo say ka timi ko ba bia ye dua bode ne bank ho easily a driver ni no on timi toto bo num se de ope obi aso betimi akwa fa bia ba ne ye se ye twa bode na gu kwa ho ka ekwa ne nyenti ka ntimi ko fa kura na egu na apro ana okuduru ho no mo a ebo obebo wo no untimi ebeduru hanan boy den food inflation so na it drive a lot of the inflation ayi ni nyina nti ya no de mesre se o man ni nko se on fa ye sika na mom on pe bosia se other local or international na yama omun fa meye na tol na sisuo no on fa nyi omusika either on BOT or PPP na emma ya honto because o ma 3 years old be we kwa me bomb buy bit me because ebe bo apa ebe reduce you know by 50 kilometers
Ghana ha
oh say
there be eno kwa de me nyini
ya start say ye betimi encourage enkrofo amoma ya ade a ye mu obu
Mr. Ahmad, the issue is that who ya there no set realistic targets because omwa omo kwa se baby akwan ne be fa kra na omo ne omo negotiation kra nyanko so
no the hono baby akwan be fa no a lot of bebre no ye forest
yo
adan ni ho se de
Mr. Ojidi
adan ni ho se de I say
okay
adan no wo no so mutimi ya ebeboa me dem gidi se hwe nkro bebre aye bi ama omo kro
3 years
because say it me the 2.5 hours so we go 80 kilometers per hour na 100 kilometers per hour but me 2 hours after Accra bidura and it will be helpful about mark about yes one about twin cities we made enti I see it me boa because abroche baby as animal no we you told the old person won person betua told na fa so a na fa we
dada no so na ko baby
obi anu ni asem tie no message say ho no wo momani ko na mom o momfa o ma private sector mrem na magi tool na yesika kakra won yemfa nye iman because great transformational plan no ideas no de buy no se obehwe no de no ayedwuma ebe ma atima ye nema easily obetima a quantum leap in a lot of things here wabobos ni nyina within the shortest possible time the no ya de America then yemra afa ne ba ne awo kan ye so about tax reliefs and tax reforms no hwe so VAT say any adwuma tua VAT ni egi VAT ni yi no so hwe VAT no na e free bi tax on tax cascading tax on tax because na me hwe back me was this year akoto ade bi 100 cedis otua NHIL 2.5 get fund 2.5 covid 1% na ansa na ada bekan you know ansa na be give VAT 15 yan na ma come o ya na compounding no na akwa go do 21.9% no it is ye free ho obi a ho be hare no ye free ho e be ma calculation go easy because se see anu said na eniema esi cost ne said the VAT se ma esi tete nkrofo no menyini say the best way in there na ye na yeah, well, COVID is COVID. I will hear free or to me it's also okay because at the end of the COVID was more mocha. The tia guzutia nasabre year free on ma to me is very good. It you know ya deba kwa bi say why ya ebeboa. Afi adeba kun bi mu a why any a compliance na a best to me is very important. So say o se kroma say no nipa bebre fa kwan bia so na edimi vedi tax.
The question is how because and they say kind informal sector now how will you get them?
Informal sector and digitization e betimi the digitization obi a organa card so organa card na say organa card e de link odwuma wo ya bebi a wo ya be hu that's it organa card and AI abai say linking to AI na yi AI board ni na say me call UK ana bank bi ana omuye mi ni omu ye di nkomo no ache asem ba ko pa me kan ya meeting ye no o ma ro bu bibia no o ma cancel
Etwatro I see
AI no na ye it wonu wonya
onimu no bia
no bra mo ni we dey ye bo ano what does it this is the thing this is the time we need to go there. What does it? Because you are very, very difficult. And I say, any isusu, see it, Mrs. Isu Ekakra. And now leadership by example. Singapore, Obi Busa president, you know, say a kwambe no fa so omutimiko monim sa. 1950 1960 na Ghana you discussing Singapore. Say omo a per capita you know 82,000. Ghana dey 2.5 2,500 2,400 unim obese niam miensa pe na omu yusu ye niam miensa pe na mo gina so abedi di adri 1 zero tolerance for corruption number 2 selflessness selflessness collective interest instead of personal interest. And then number 3 meritocracy
They're sefata no.
They're sefata. Because Singapore need to conference. Now, in my country, was it what to you work there better? Does you do for ma? What do I say?
5 years.
5 years. I just
yeah.
And now, any pakra one way. Any power one way.
And we had a kohankwa. I see.
I just said mmra yɛ adwuma saa time no koraa na kuro no ɛfɛ because mmra bibia adwuma decent obia din ho ni what I say yɛde saa deɛ we say nko aba ha ka nneɛma ɛkɔ so yi Ghana we could have saved we bet me as save several billions of dollars here ehia say we kwa kwa sika free baby a on say enedam there you be chiro finance minister can say Ghana $31 billion and every Oma we say now they are going to deal with banks now allow those things to go obi ye transactional oji IDF say me export me import enema e bia
scan be konema
100,000 import declaration fund na e dey transfer na man scan be konema number and enema dey be and half what I say sa na ya na nkrofo dey to accounts mu abrochira na no na emine abrandi bi di nko transaction bi na scan board din na so kakra oh first no dey commit my na dey my dey na bisa oh first no ye enti ye mesre ye nyina o ma na ye nyina idea ti ehwese ye betimi ayo ma na ye si etimi tu corruption asenko a enye nhia domestic budget ayikura no because ska wo man except say akodi nipa ma akom mienu bi nsem enti ye no ya ade e be boy ye ma kwan ma sa ade no enkoso na fe I think say medibesi
right but that's it I've said doc my member hona meet you
my me no asamentia ahwefo ene etifo meda party mpanyimfo so ase mechia the former vice president Dr. Mahmoud Baumia machia memenia panyi Dr. Matupoku Prempe JFK ene Odenoko Kwapia the incoming national regional chairman na mitie minia share do be as say national can mania do be as a propaganda no I'm about regional communications officer media there he ona say media definitely me and one hojbanam guso e no hojbanam guso e na appointments no as boys no munya appointment no many girls no ejuma wo ye no those is here shia no ania brain no ania enko edu there then the akai girls no tete Land Cruiser mu no the make can say we so mobi debi enye ba me come asem and I mean can tell John Mama say you okay so appointment
and how you silent
make us match your moody ye didi jaw onko fon didi jaw make us mama
beba
over ade o me say over let's be true to ourselves no can say and then me nua panyi o timi nten a we lecture salary say jump be jani akwa appointment no miss point I mean making it say ampa also you qualified to serve Ghana in that capacity.
Yes, you have the capacity
exactly
to serve.
It's omuna social media can ya sort of ma we so to be na me kan asem ma
we campaign ma
over now ma me nko ensem ni bi so me focus kese on Asia but one or two things Fitch a report on the buyer or upgrade Ghana economy no reasons on my 99% of them are based on DDEP arrangement
domestic debt.
So and yes Mahama buy no baby for so why they be asking be say so disingenuous obi anim say aban bia baso fra the first year no especially say o bana say obi IMF arrangement bi o ho first year nya na oba be say bibi kese bia o abai behu Mahama na performance somewhere around mid of next year I be wie sa IMF program we why name that is why this budget no more discretionary spending shey we mu no also omo surplus no ye 1.6 now why name say NDC abai ba so omo more delayed payments because based on arrangement any IMF no say a primary surplus no e do 1.5%. Now mo shese o man timi anje taxes no be so much ni na eso mu e holding some of this cano sa na sama books mo e look good e do be school fees eso ko chana onye ntua ya
scanning your day
e just one faso
I see
these are basic things e dey to your bomb Mahama for him wo no now let me deal with issues now I think say there were several issues on in the budget but I mean interest so budget and be to no ma e ma me nupe
revenue and expenditure. Ska obet majeje and ska pese odi. Aban no budget or be 2 hui. Or say ska or pese or no jidi so obetimi ajeje nyina no 268 billion Ghana cedis. Ska obet majeje nyina no. But the opese odi eno ye 357 billion. A difference of 89 billion. That's the first issue. And the sense cannot be a banker so peso no. What bought home more than crown? Sometimes there's a shortfall of about 20%. 20% too. It is budget our end for 2025 card. Amount they were able to collect no. I know a bit to a thing maybe a bit corner no. Now I'm number 200 billion. And then we score many bibiano. What just say? It took us budget 268. Musa have move 50 billion bidye. Untiminje. Ebeka we who are roughly. Esa buying finding another way to finance about 140 billion. Ebesiabo. So what I can say? Sa besiabo na aban ebo no. Okay, a year my job online na. There's a story be ohodoma. Almost say aban yi eba ho for na in the first 7 weeks. Na besiabo 59.68 billion Ghana cedis. Ade ba ko e man ye hunie say if say aban ebo besian domestically. It means only businesses. Mr. Amu na ebeko competition. Obi anso person odi ne besiano e ma aban dan so be private person.
Yeah.
2 years na o ma businesses e suffocate. E ma interest rate e dey e peja ekosoro. That is the first thing. This is also compounded by abina policies bi odi atuja. Sterilization of the economy. What kind of budgets now? A year paragraph 2, I think 284. No, 248. And what's a scale buying no actually free system nimu through open markets no? Ne 62 billion Ghana cedis. You can say a bank is free market ma. They change any. Scale no one ko for bottom and come be call daily akoto tonyema e movie no. A buying fa a year open market operation so no actually says can answer Kogu Bank of Ghana. I don't tell you say so na for a boy I stable but no taxi driver say din come on say confirm time for oh yes dollar is stable but una meduma and confirm toniema what do you say ning na I don't be campo man na increase businesses no cost of production we what produce your toy u chanko foka o pesa cost na dey e pejama no it is a strategy enia. Next, definitely businesses ebe safa. It's a nyame won say o kan sa budget we are 2025 budget a bind by no kase Ghana economy ni benyini by 4.8%. So this time we have budget now. A bind so be spending 50 billion cedis extra. Or person or young kokon kete or yeah women's bank or person or yeah or this can because 24-hour economy mu or person or yeah a Greek whatever for economic progress or the 800 million ko shemu ba hwe ni na o so o de nya beka ho economy ni benyini akọ 4.9 na say 0.1 pe de beka ho so if say we spending na wo ye nyina we repeat the same thing na ma 4.8 now be spending extra 50 billion na no 0.1 na eba question bisa ne say sa nyama na wo so be spending no what is the real impact of sa nyama no on the economy e so baba be ye a Greek whatever for development. Who the 800 millioneko sha Greek mo a. Ese ehun in terms of development. Ese ehun in terms of growth GDP. And the be create nyuma no. Na 0.1 nyuma do say the be create. So it tells you that this budget no any figures no at least who say there's a bit of disparity. Now let me come to a year the strategy say well for a year a revenue mobilization. Okay, say 2025 budget. Abra buy no de beto abonten say oyi taxes be free ho or say introduce other taxes be you catch and say o strategy a would be it wasn't going to work. Sit down and rethink it. Omoka so omo your free BB tax refund number te so kwa 6% above 4%. You catch him say the mo can say bi o ababi ani cause tax refund if you consolidated fund mu we say 6% that is a ceiling. Next amount more refund be we are can go back to the consolidated fund. And their work it doesn't even make sense. But we got people like Professor Agyapong and others coming and say it makes sense. I'm like, hey, be professor, me lecturing. What you say? And then as it stands now, last Abraham PPA free soon the tax to GDP ratio no was about 16%. Ora to force metia say by 2025 be kuna wie no they expecting say be nyina ko 18%. But rather akwakoda about 11% you see. Let's say Ghana lose you about 5%. So 5% of GDP in terms of tax you know our lose no. Let's say that's about 50 billion cedis. So 50 billion yes kakeke. And untina there may be a buying car so best spend it on. A buying man spending no. Ejumara in their budgets I'm going to say money 100 million equation. 100 million away. I'm not going to share here. National apprenticeship program. I'm not going to share here. It will say anima we are omo say omo beye no maintenance this kind into maintenance na. What I will tell them they say about this new taxes how we try we do ba no. Make it so omo nya no slowly. When no buy hasty too fast. Because the last time our taxes na so beje no when timi meet two targets no. When timi meet no you need to hasten slowly. Now finding other mechanisms are be. So, you per se, you extend the tax nets. I think it's a good idea. The question is the how. Now, I'm some used to AI. I'm like, wow, AI. They collected tax. It's interesting. But I don't know how that is going to work.
So say you don't know.
Oh, that's what I'm
saying. I say it doesn't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how it is going to work. Yes, I'm saying.
Don't poo it.
Money way.
Me say, what say? Yeah, but be tax nets. Back at times all the AI never dia. Let me see. Me who send here how that is going to work. What just say? Because mostly there can be programs I'm obey no, but AI now anyway, I wait to see how it goes. Exactly. That's what me can say. So what me be ma what just say? Me can say e-levy a buy that was part of the ideas. But later, because e-levy, then they call Makofa D-levy. Now saying sports bets, muy free or no. Mas sports minister so, with a benefit of hindsight. I can say sports bets, you know, betting tax come in. It's in many people sometimes. Who are born? See a bit kind of ding. But Obama, one will say it is a different ball game. Now one other thing, so the collectibles are in Yanos. Can I age you know? On say export earnings SFR power in 2025 India. It was because of the artificial management of the dollar. Them are to force in the BOG governor they are promoting imports rather than promoting exports. Because a dollar no artificially a full call 12 hours they are called Pompey so far Pompey about $8 billion and they are managing dollar no. And they are quite talking to it really is sad that's a dollar no at former the Benny and say for being imported with breed. Or more exporting, they'll be losing money.
Yeah.
What just say? And I say a collective yes for say the crowd will change now. On this can be bar, over than this can better than Janis cano. Now say budget a year we now. We say still now to them. You need certain amounts to fill in. When you some amounts now, then the plan now we are here, me base saying the development to Yaba. Me base saying the development to Yabano. After we are a day. Now, let me deal with one last thing. And sana maybe on we know. Okay, a buying a plans be yeah. 1 million coders program. Teachers that break program. Okada. A great for economic transformation. A Jumara. Don't cause somebody said 37.5 million akushim. And a NASA apprentice from the 21 million akushim. To date, me go so I the first person I benefited from it. Just as I 37.5 million no. I'm the man wine. I'm the heading. Cause I brought a question to forcing. I brought be reading a mid-term budget. So I'm a media budget. I can say amount to no I do only we are not spending no. The first reason of the buy and list of the buy and say no, I was spending this amount on a Juma Ride national apprenticeship. 1 year down the line, almost like 1 year down the line. Benefits a few more by the way. Yeah, say simple. So that's what 100 million we are all watching him.
Right.
Lastly, and he said this idea of a year loans Minuaka say a buyer and I own call the foreign market. No. But obey local markets, locally no be generate cano through bonds inside the man. Mejidi say so ye no sir obey her private sector no. and private sector no and anchor the economy. This is a passionate appeal. So Abani should rethink the financing models. That is why in the course of the campaign period, but me can be. But Ghana for brand here, we say that I offer. And so a similar thing be in another way. Or say Ghana, you know, and you be nessa buying and a financing. First, the be your taxes a bed general. I feel baby, ya bro so ana 10% pay in it make account. It is so per se usika na unya no so o wa kwankra. What you need to do ne say so making sure say budget na be the following year no embro 10% of scanner with me the previous year.
Yeah.
That way the bia no and fall on debt.
Yeah.
It means say ni mani bi won so a this time government ain't being financing. So my private sector and the financing. For instance, your bibi on goods and services. Bibi on a projects. I saw this thing very well back in Canada. Brother me masters. Said some of the major roads, no, they were financed by the banks. And the banks now to see so. The on profit at the end of the year, na government so saji. Well, I just tax a few more. No, so I don't must tell musicano. What I say? So we can think of other ways to make sure say certain projects we offload them to the private sector. Ekoma private sector crano activity side day. Akosro am development side akwa faster. Now take government burden, so the burden of monitoring and evaluation, the burden of implementation, the burden of staffing, and that is how countries are build on muye or management san on no. And I think it's a gun by Beardry, no, and you be biana a buying effort on also. Commission buying budget or more kind, no one that say or see development, and you have GDP, no, from 4.8%, no, 4.9%. After spending 50 billion cedis extra. Next 0.1 penny home. It tells you that there's something fundamentally wrong with this budget.
That's it. Dr. Barnabas Amanfu Ade.
KOD.
Doc.
K.
Mamitiwe. Yeah, reforms na revenue mobilization.
KOD, I think say me position on budget there. Nyame anim nie. Me hu obi a obuse o budget ho a.
Na no yo.
Me won. That's a bia na won te Ghana ha. Na say wo hwe Professor Kwesi Butwi na utie kwampe pramo na obitie osafuma afom ne ban redumu a besi na. Now the upper young coffee budget a yen okrum ha. Nesi a sinky di so and get us yen twatwa. See a di so and get us what ha. Nti uti ha 2025 na ubo budget husa. Yenya instance ya soma committees on koye juma. Na ne report no. It means also the AI actual. I'm trying to come. I generate amount. Ya testy a run party manifesto. Ye free be similarity index. And quite a man for fast so ye near mano say, oh, your budget. And we saw Paco pick it 2025 budget 2026. Made me education component. Which I see a fantasy bam near the abetoir.
Cut and paste.
Etimino me dear.
Only Musa.
Budget me must wo ho. Nya rehye mu na mini. Must wo ho say budget ya budget. Na just a budget na so bi mada. Me say budget ben yen ready ne kromada. Kroma budget ben an yen ready bi da. Match ya ready bi. Ye ready bi na we be ka say ye ko hen kuzi sen. And for me, dear, me when it comes to budget, they say born me mobi and me mobi and so that. And memory crane and party meetings near day. You throw action minutes. You throw action minutes. Until you say. I don't am interested. It may no me many maybe dear chiri. You see, in 3 years, yeah, be dear friend no
Expressway Kumasi Accra Expressway.
Iti eno na yedi
Bacha no
ani
de
ebedi achi
nti ho asem.
se yaye ekosen say in teachers and your lesson plan you say by the end of the lesson and yet at the end nti by any means that your process nti ye kona wasi ye say ampa
Who make you progress.
nti za wasi mfie miensa na wode ye na afi ye hu hwi a wontimi nka nche me say mesi mfie miensa nti wode atwa mfie miensa dabi
I see.
by the end and yet at the end enti ye de ani ba we no de opese ye hwe revenue mobilization ne tax reforms for me Cody asoman ye di tax ho nkomo bebria na mehu sa asoman ya ye wre hunu
Sa.
yeah what do want to countries bebria enyi o de opa yen listed resources a odoman koma de che yen and you be tell no say UK e bia omutu a taxes o de wo no UK wo bi oni bi ti yan ya ye wre hunu gold bauxite manganese diamond afedi nyankopon chese wa mre yen yo oil abekan yo oil idi de ye nyina achi na no so de lithium san wa kire ba bi ehye nsan kofa ezo yesi de bi yintumi agese ye tax tax no ya ka ye nyina ye gitum tax ne de ye o mine tax ne de ye o mine enti adwene nyina koye te se gise tax ne betum de aye o mine na niema hodo aye woni de yintumi mfanye ne de ho compare Cody me catch you say me nya sure say ordinary Ghanaian ka tax to aye ne ya
Sa.
but me Ghana upati me ye Ghana ye how nye sources of revenue
But
spend how outlets no and a year how
nye kwen fa so diska. Dem kwen diska no.
E kwen diska no. Ye how nyina no no. Enti biase ye ni no ehwe ehe ne benya sika ya fi ye ni ye peska wo ha ye peska wo benkum ni fan left center right. En sika no nya ba me ofa bi o se ene ne we e wa hoeden na we nya ne de e kina nso wa hoeden a ono nso nkope ne de asa unya sika na wodi na me na namba akose ei unya sika eje bi o se o ene ne we e wa hoeden na we nya ne de
O chaso pa hoeden.
o kina nso wa hoeden a ono nso nkope ne de
Ti ba obedi.
e ba obedi
Ghana lifestyle.
yeah, your lifestyle no your lifestyle no na sika scandals and hwan go the house see free here.
Sometimes I wonder say why na your budget man bro your revenue no expenditure na ya na your man bro your revenue e benya no so
and Keskin can sem and that is no kwasem no ntina me say asem will be kan kohwe your budget and your documents no these are archives e wo ho opa kohwe na fan deficit your revenue mobilization de bia obuhun say
deficit
yeah for short yeah shortfalls and the spending yeah the hu an say yes nsuo yira fa obi mu han kan budget no betem ska ko the han say yes we betem ska ye and this budget me say after bosomi and say yeah appropriation we are to ato nchen that has been your style wo kroma say no and I style e wo kroma and for me asoman menya anka ye dependency on tax no se kwa ye tax bibria economy no so ebre because production manufacturing inti I think say this current minister an idea kwa ye say ye relieve amount of taxes no na ebia produce omo produce so it means that ombe fa nipa nti ebema adwuma sem any ade but honestly, Ghanaian mentality, Ghanaian attitude. Mekai pa nanado danko Akufo-Addo tete taxi bi ni ade twim bi yenhuni impact. Amanfo obeje nti aban no na Minister of Finance say oh tete we so yiwe dey some 3.11 million ebeba Ghana for botom Ghana for beya.
The ordinary Ghanaian
Ghana for beya. And to be sa who say ye disciplined enough. Keodinka ye timi ye disciplined enough. Ana ye je tax no, ana ye de beye adwuma beye manso kwan. E de beye anwan kwanta kwan. E de asi manso patase school market. Ama ordinary people na enjoy ya. Between no, ene say ye say me mo Mr. Amu Ediana. Say ye jayama omumfa. Anka obe anticipate say ye jai sa 3.11 million 5.7 billion no abegu omubutum no ankomo nso
spread it
ebe spread it ebia niam anka wo ya ema wo niam abo kosoro no anka obete so
edu ana aka omubutum
enti akoye bibia ho again ka ban na idea said the maker no wo tete saa niema we nyina so no nanka ama omanfo no ho ahenhan wo mo but enye saa ne be again KOD yebesa bisi achi as most of the taxes na kakra na yesi ye free ho reforms no nyina kakra na ohwe abeye na ye political campaign intimide bia meka no in administration your friend taking the box ye ka se ebeye say yaye inti si e ka se ebeyi covid 19 yeyi si e ka se yi levy ye ba ebeyi yeyi ye ka se betting winnings on betting ye ka se ebeyi yeyi.
So omo antrasen hwe whether the implications are
na
because
you
kind into no
yes ebeye nti yaye nti your friend taking the box nti no a check it nti checked Yekrum hasana akoye. Sana akoye inti. Because we share some of the taxes na. Abaya uwo projects we share meme sector education. So we so be double track we share the budget.
Quantum of money
Na fe we se wo kateka KOD Mr. Amweni wo se ba business. Kwa hwe budget a ye ready a Minister of Finance anka say ye be expand tax net. So this freeze. Ko her budget
if you say many Fred they be a meto budget be mu.
Ko her budget ya ready a Minister of Finance also wanka. Say ye be expanded tax net.
From the days of violence.
Into who chucha. Oh we ye free ho. Me say besa back to us. Opa KOD me to enim ha. Ene da ben 23rd November. Inkusi next year sabre ni nyina etiase. Nessa ban we introduce tax for 22nd. Me say yema ye hu
enkosi next year
sabre nessa ban we introduce tax for fra.
Yes ye hu.
Ai.
Mate.
Ensi.
Okay.
Ono na wase mayi we yafiri ho mayi mese aban ni ntumi or the tax for beba intina ne kwesi beko no nkoye akapoma okona nimba akon no aba na chimiensa eya Ghana aban aba de atwam de beba da chese ye ntimi ensua emfiri sa ne ma we hu na ye movie on yes ye be popular yes ye be yi we nti ye yes ye be ye say nti ya because your resources ya mebubo din am fa ya nkosi hwe nti ka gradually ka Ghana for tiase e be complainia but once ya be used to ye tua yes ye free ho yes ye twa we mu na ye ready but in the end no yes and the tax aba yes and the aba ye be san fa haji abra ye hu Enti KOD me de I think say the maka no me nyina on budget me heli budget. So unim de a friend budget ye heli budget. So uti e krum ha no wa follow your trend pattern. Ye heli budget.
Okay. Dr. Barnabas Amanfo and out in Kano. Say honorable Ashai at Trotron papers baby, but I make message me baho. That for some so definitely who wants to be yano or honum. Good evening, Kyori. I'm Isaac from Takwa. Mahama and his party guys think that all Ghanaians are gullible. Prior to the 2024 general elections, Mahama dishonestly said that when he comes to power, all the illegal miners who had been apprehended and incarcerated will be given amnesty. The last time I listened to Mahama, he said since he came to power, more than 1,500 illegal miners have been jailed. May I know from Mahama if all the guys they have arrested are Galamsey kingpins, as he said in opposition, just to bamboozle some Ghanaians for votes. Okay, let us say for your message, Adia Brain. Good evening, Kode. Please tell Akwesi Kwating that everyone who was part of the Nana Akufo-Addo government or administration is part of the MPP's defeat in 2028, including him. He was a spokesperson for the Ministry of Education. Honorable Vincent Asifwa was a spokesperson and defended the sector so well to let Nana Akufo-Addo win in his second term. Ken couldn't save his seat for MPP, therefore he's a failure. They should do clean campaign because delegates are much more discerning. His candidate should humbly accept the defeat in January 31st and join Dr. Umia to win the general elections. Okay, yeah, that's it. One for Odin Amma. Thank you very much. Good evening, KOD. Let me pick this one. Said, good evening, KOD. Kennedy insulted MPP party that we are also don't know how he joins MPP party and how can this network and you need to make kind. That's it. Good evening, please. All the contestants are no match for Dr. Baumia in this flag bearership contest. The sole leading person is Dr. Baumia and is the only candidate every well-meaning sympathizer of MPP wants. Kwame Ewotakwa Enoduwe Abraham. Good evening, KOD. Solomon Jagri from Kunsu say, we are now experiencing better Ghana. I now get to know the reason why Ghanaians gave the MPP 38.2% and Yano Krama 41%. Nana Addo and Baumia came to build their party, not Ghana. That is why Nana Addo, was telling some constituencies that they did not vote for him, so he will not give them their share of the national kick. KOD, MPP is the party builders, and NDC is the nation builders. Okay, yeah, that's it. Solomon Jagri, dear no. Benji when Fences Seria, as watching live from Fences Seria, Sunyani Road. Greetings to Honorable Wisdom of Saibuama. Truth must be told, and this is the best for Ghana and also Ghana's hope. All right, yeah, that's it. Kyori, can a Japan's man in your studios was completely confused. How could he say pragmatic without good ideas? Ola Aguna. Ena odi we abraying we say Ike Ewo at Tebubu. I say good evening, KOD. In fact, I'm really disappointed in Kennedy Japan's communicator in your studio. If he's talking about insult from Abronya, then he should first advise his boss, Kennedy Japan, because when it comes to insult, Kennedy Japan has insulted all elders in this country. Baumia, the Odyssey and okay, yeah, that's it. That's the end of your message. Good evening, KOD. Kindly ask the NDC man for me that how much has the NDC government borrowed from the Bank of Ghana since January to date? Also, how many taxes have the NDC brought after taking MPP's taxes away from Wachansa, Kenya, Samai, Noduwe, Abraying. Asante Desi KOD. Many of my penny en yagene say we a tour ne. Na wasane atete eto no biso da efri se Ghana edwadifo enye won anya wadwene se opete wotete enyoma so da enti mfaso biere eni so se obeyi ama ana obetete eto no so. Okay, yada se asante de ede eno no mempiki be tupe na fe yemra we. As good evening, KOD. My name is Mr. Andy Oforidako from Eastern Region Abonse. Please ask President Mahama for me. Did he pay utilities and house rent we are suffering in Ghana. Dumso is back. Okay. And also Eddie, I don't know. Golden Boy and us from my point. Good evening, KOD. Actually, Ghanaians are very enjoying the NDC government. You see, the economy is very good. Businesses are booming, and inflation is also good. This is the first time Ghana has single digit in terms of Mpacho. No dear. So the MPP candidates and their so-called serial killers should stop talking and shut up and let John Mahama move Ghana forward. And also at the last one, na Memra Studios. We as good evening, Kyodi. Whoever MPP will bring as flag bearer, and this will win massively in 2028 election because President Mahama is performing extremely well. Mr. Katz Achuma Nrebehi Ena Odiwe Abrain. Honorable Ambrose.
Yodi.
Meaning say maybe 1 minute pay.
Oh.
Aye.
At the time yana.
Men town. Made my town. So me know. Made my town.
Yodi.
But for the time in try.
Madam ya yare to person ma I was say you VAT reform, tax reform, and different revenue measures. And I want to manu a keskin now or to brumusa. And I want to manu to brumusa.
I saw we obviously obekata.
Oh, there. On say, send yes, I didn't engage. No.
Also, budget.
I mean, sorry. Oh no, me say on my
tax can now which magic. No. And it's kind of starting from the shortfall gap net them and how to even finance it.
So me person me can say we say ye meheli Dr. Barnabas ye maha meheli budget or maybe we are CBI budget or maybe a budget me matena Europe da or maybe a budget enti budget the enya di or maybe abeye and now ye budget and say the woman nyina na obetimi aye ade ba ko say nyina yeti ase enye nnan ne be budget ya e kire ye kwan ba cho see ate ase me pese no na tiefo nyina na obi a ate ase you see kesken wo see NDC aban no ba power first no within 7 weeks no borrow 59 billion Ghana cedis sa se mo e buy ma ye ano but em say when you propaganda hunte fa na pesa o say no I'm say I'm challenging that evidence. No. You see that story we buy na catch there say engofo ato treasury bills MPP time 59 billion Ghana cedis ni nyina no na mre na so say we say aban tuama wo na omu rolling ni back ya. You can't call it a new borrowing. The same figure. The same figure. What a treasury bill? We're running back. I come from where they are buying. I don't know because a treasury bill near Sika, a buying a new borrowing. What's it? Your friend is a face. One more rate on the buying is because of the DDP. Again, I know. No. Now, because I can't report now, my better. You see. Domestic debt exchange KOD I don't say omode be say boy na acheye the can say be say nke betua ni na ye pia kwa chire say mire
but my name so utie the Bank of Ghana governor here Dr. Siama he made reference to the DDP no say eno ka ho bi na ma ana
you see wait mama cheche I can DDP can o why e ka e betua ye mfa nche the key reason, okay, a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
But the key reason amongst what he said, he say, see the nanko kuma because he did the whole year, I brought dollar by 29%.
Yeah.
Dollar now more than a conform, see the no a cost. And a car, yeah, data, Kiabesi and see the $4 and a cotriano. Saha on the free as until me no say over here. Yeah, and that to GDP. A move from 61%, Brian buy and about 45% because C did not appreciate it. Because I have piano in dollars. It is the key reason why your credit rating is cost because you have deno eswati because he did not want the cost. And not entirely because of the domestic debt because I can any day betua. Say 100 years to cry near piano kwechira go di betua. At one point I want to make clearly say the
betua there's so at this particular moment that's what we're talking about.
No, but I can't impo they are in dollars. especially those are any creditor countries are range.
Okay.
Don't we think say can I dollars no? See the now what the cost into dollar component na ba form. Amma ye can so ati. Me no ga say ye national debt na is 632 billion Ghana cedis. Away from 750 billion Ghana cedis.
For what of time no ma maka no so rem kakra.
Na kes kan san ka kire o twa ntro a kire ye nyina. O de ma me reduce ntro mpo.
O tro de okoi
o de o mi nya numpo. Mi
nya nu akura tro de okoi.
Say o ka kire say ye tax to GDP about 11% by 2025 when in fact 16.8%. Because 16.8. Yes, 16.8 you can check. The budget said it. You can check. So what I say, and the point I want to make is this. Mo budget ya mo ye and no na Ghana for here ya o me de to abadi tia mo amokoye. Move free power. Afekura nyamai. Mbacho say dem make what ya say. And nya na mo be kire say mu obi bi pepe bi anga wo se mo ye dem mo ye. Me last issue ke odi me pacho. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça on tia say expect a revenue of 302 billion Ghana cedis. Na your revenue 268 billion Ghana cedis. Na expenditure 302 billion Ghana cedis. Na shortfall bi o. No. I'm talking about the negation of the figures.
Okay.
Shortfall bi o why no o say your Bobby sin ato aso. E dey na enwanwa fa tebia sa ho. O pa on kan omo 2024 budget omo de buy. Mo project say mo expenditure by 226 billion Ghana cedis. Na man revenue 176 billion Ghana cedis. Shortfall in cash na mo ko fa free hin. The
same thing I'm count has say me ba Ghana hanum. De bia ye budget. Your expenditure no exceed this revenue.
No. So na me be say o kan he ba me man want to pick example say yen NDC for yen tisa.
All right.
The American say me ba. The American say in 2025 your budget yen say until me can define yen primary balance. A key indicator in how much we spend and how much we get. Say yen ka say nke ye dey na be 1.5 positive. If you say be 1.6. Move free power na be negative 3.5. And will be our Ghana sika so ye tinitini sika no. Ayen this yen MPP.
Thank you very much. Dr. Kexon, I'm too. Na after we are. I'm running to yen call the next topic in the so so yeah.
Debt na say for. Me fan say Odeka $20 billion.
This is in respect of
the role of
me come and say what they cut $20 billion. What they cut in dollar terms $20 billion. Now we see the why there. Until $20 billion so.
Debbie.
This is in respect of what? Let me answer. Very economics in the AE. Don't be so vague. Explain this one.
You have the platform.
Me say Ghana a cow, you know. A can $20 billion, for instance.
What can I say that?
Just now, okay. What's it Ghana?
Yes.
Currency eye strong. It's a your debt is what. Let me be a question. Say, what the car in dollar terms? $20 billion. That's a $20 billion, no. And the car would day and for. Okay, would day. That's a say, see the why there and the $20 billion as well. Maybe two boys say, oh. Tobo say good. Oh, Asiadini. Let me say to Nipara wooden cano. Nipara wooden cano. I can't wooden a sakana naudi. But Oba, the nominal terms so back within all balance one. Never say this amount of best when you home for so.
Yeah.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah.
If the other man who cast a dollar terms a cow, that's what.
As a man, I can say.
Oh, question Mr. One. Oh, question Mr. One to Miss Tini. Like I said, Tini. Messi. Oh, they make $20 billion. I know so they make $20 billion. Locally, and I will see can why when you're home for so. What you say? Because Oba says car crabby
and they have got $20.
How can I would demand and say?
The issue is that you're all on the same page. The issue is that who seek locally no and no nyam for so.
But make $20 million.
What was I saying?
On the same platform.
Let me deal with other matters. Let me deal with other matters. Let me deal with other matters. Me say,
honorable, please.
That's what I said. Me say, make Casano. Me say, Oshe gap a desk who project so with magic. Any scanner who pay so dinimo. Budget rate say difference about 89 billion. And the scanner they be out in the crown. It means mostly on average. Oh, you can say. Obianka say it has not always been like that. Yami can say, Esan you expect new ideas. What am I more setting Ghana? And I'm saying the way I some of more financing, and I even made reference to Assembia of Accra Kanye from Omod Adeno. Any Asima Ura about me also Kanye. You're not learning anything new. They don't cost so now Obetwaso. And that is the case you are making say, oh, Sada Tidibia. One other thing, oh, me pacho. One other thing. When him say your quality was saying and say your resources. And I don't correct come say your resources no. Okay, when him say lithium this year. Lithium arrangement deal Now Ghana royalties only at 10%. And this for bab was also there be 10% there be ya short in Ghana. Or buy your makwa kotiso royalties no so about 5%. Say no nyansa wumpa. Reason money say lithium prices are falling on the world market. Now me be so say otsena. Say lithium prices are peja. Say agreement no for na.
Why can't you always negotiate?
No, you can't. You can't.
Oh,
you can't.
It's not true.
Oh, top. Say
It is always
say if it is always amenable. After this someone can say the Saudi a peja price.
Oh, it is linked to the world market price.
David.
What kind of logic?
David, let me say royalties. Royalties. What percentage now they do royalties? Say Anglo Gold. Ghana royalties. Me pato Ghana. Tobo. Ghana gold. Mutonyi Anglo Gold. Say Ghana percentage. Gold ebo kosora. Yes, price. Yes, a percentage. Go about for man. Yes, When was the last time? I said that person can. Uno just sign a deal. Not deal no proof for 50 years. You will say, "I'm not missing Kwakwa." No boy, chrono. It's a bad deal.
That's it. Doc, I'm to answer my Samuel Yama. Doc, I'm to.
Ya faka about the nyinama politicians ya. I'm my name is Samuel Yankebi.
Yanko. Me too.
Hey, Musasha, you can't be mau. Come on, they are no aiding. Second, India also intimate to us. I
saw it now comment. No problem.
I think a very brief say. You will be a friend of discourse legitimization. We will person or test it or man for a posa. Bones or more than seminar better public domain, no more share man for nudging. For me, President Mahama, so done was soon that yet. Na a Jenny be and I say Diane Muno. Yaya say or Yaya say on for another term or on tinny. I'm telling you. And it's in Anna making it in Comodiano. A personal. A Comodia
Obviously, better tested law. We are talking about law here. Also, a better tested law. But yatina Ghana who be aka so nko bi wa ko bi open. Yes.
Etina make us a friend of discourse legitimization. Ubonse ye de atum na yesa na to amanfo na to na amanfo adwene aha. Eti and the American no say what dan was so that ye
but the politician mu nyama doctor nkasa.
Na bibia ne say oya aye adwoye nya adwene bi say wonya ono ankasa ntene na onye
honorable just allow him ayamo nipa na kofa bayo ayamo nipa na kofa anyway we are in Ghana. We are this now. We will tell you. Is that what?
Dr. Kesken, Mamentia, I Berma or Agyapong Education Office.
Thank you very much. Is that what?
Dr. Kayana make because you always as a nipa biano. You step down when the applause are high. To see you be able to mama bass or I dear to you. Sabrina any bears will see for. Says we dear no. I can't the time was
now down for by 2017 who you.
The Saturday always say, what the Saturday always say, yeah, or the new gas never come. So a man crop for no quite, then crop or man crop for no quite. And mom, you said you may as one barber test it, yeah, we pause near here. M1 because I didn't know the buy. I'm a for withdraw. Such statement tie no na no other station bi no kwa e dua sar kan. Nipa be bra me tie o mo chire ni nkomodi. I'm a for we bra. Respect ya no mo ma jama.
Drop.
You very careful. It really man no see no. Me number no Mr.
Mo fa number to dua.
054
Ye peni pa o.
802 9035. UP United.
So I'm vice president.
054
302 802
9035.
9035. Thank you very much. But that's it. Yeah.